Narendra Modi is yet to announce his finance minister, but preparations have started for the new budget. CII leaders had a meeting with the Revenue Secretary for pre-budget consultations. FICCI has submitted its own memorandum. LIC as well as Indian Banks Association will also meet the Revenue Secretary on Thursday before the oath-taking ceremony is slated for 7 p.m. We at ET Now caught up with the who's who of India Inc. for their expectations for the new government. Listen in.
The principle that we were discussing with the Revenue Secretary is that a really good taxation system for us would be a taxation system which has wide coverage, which is simple to implement and has no exemptions, and which has modest or low tax rates. So with that in mind, our recommendation has been that we have a corporate tax rate of 18%. This 18% goes together with the removal of all exemptions. And if we do that, we will both have a simple system and a system which will provide for buoyant long-term tax revenues.
The first one is basically as per the Prime Minister's vision of adding Sabka Vishwas, trust, is that we have to work together with the government and society and industry to develop good mutual trust between all of us. This is not just government's job, it's our job as well. And because without this kind of a trust between each other, the economy is not going to grow the way we require it to grow. So that's one key issue. That's from Prime Minister Modi's message. So that's one thing we have discussed. Now, if you want to achieve some of this kind of trust, it means we have to simplify tax codes, make it easy for people to pay tax, calculate tax, and make sure things are in an even keel. So make tax.
I think the key focus was from a NBFC and banking perspective on to better clarity on the Ind AS regulation, Ind AS implementation, and from the banking perspective to think of recapitalizing some of the banks to ensure there's enough capital for credit appetite, and also to create some more DFIs and finance larger infrastructure projects.
RBI recently came up with draft NBFC norms. So what's your take on it? Do you think, how beneficial do you think it is for industry, or how is it going to impact the industry?
I think it's the most important norms which have come out for the industry. This is a liquidity crisis or liquidity, focus on liquidity. Most NBFCs unfortunately have not had. They've actually been focusing on the assets. Whereas